5 wins from 5. Tonight they take on the team that finished 4th last season but have struggled in recent weeks. Barcelona against Real Sociedad is live from the Camp Nou. And just to reiterate where the two teams lie in the table, Real Sociedad are 7th, already 5 points adrift of 4th. How they'd love a win this evening. Barca are top with 15 points from 15, the same as Atletico Madrid, only split by goal difference. Now, Henk, I'm really interested in your opinion. We talked about the changes Tata Martino and rotation he's been making this season. Cesc Fabregas not even on the bench. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's strange. He's a big player, and you keep... Whether he really gives him a rest or whether it's rotation or whatever you call it, I think rotation is to keep players happy. Because then you can say, okay, I give you a rest now, you're not in the team, you don't travel with the team, or you're not in the lineup. The next time you take out another one, and in this case you keep everybody happy. But
everybody? Is Cesc happy by being rested?
I cannot imagine that he's happy right now. He started the season very well, and he's not playing.
As a top coach, how important do you think, well, if the players are playing well, we keep them in the side?
I think it's very important. If a player has confidence and has a good feeling, keep up the good spirit for the team.
Is the aim, though, at the end of the season, Guillaume, that everyone's fresh, which quite clearly they weren't last season?
We said earlier, it's one of the things he was given in the briefing from Barcelona, we need the team to be sharp at the end, so you're going to have to take big decisions. If that means leaving Iniesta, who Martino called him a super lineup player, or I don't know if you can translate it, but certainly somebody that should be in the big games, to be on the bench at the beginning, and that kept him unhappy. And all the stories about his contract situation, it comes partly from the fact that he didn't start playing at the beginning of the season.
The 4 changes Tata Martino makes: in come Dani Alves, Sergio Busquets, Iniesta, Alexis, out Montoya, Song, Cesc Fabregas, as we just said, and Pedro after that hat-trick. He can only make the bench. 7 changes from the Malaga game for Real Sociedad. Only Bravo, Martinez, Vergara and Xavi Prieto remain. What do you think about that, Henk? What message did that send out?
Not a very positive message, I think. I think it says either you give up this game on forehand, or you don't have a clue what is your best team. Because if you change 7 players from last Sunday game, when you draw at home against Malaga, which is not even really a bad result.
Well, one of the interesting things of Real Sociedad is that it doesn't matter who plays, they have a style, and it's a style that is about keeping possession, being protagonists on the pitch, perfect for Barcelona. Absolutely perfect. Every time they come to the Camp Nou, it doesn't matter what a big personality they have, they get destroyed. It's at the Anoeta when they get results with Barcelona. So if on top of that you actually got, I would say, 5 players there that wouldn't be regulars, it's going to be a hard one for them.
It could be a long night indeed. Okay, let's get to the Camp Nou. Barcelona, Real Sociedad. Commentary team, Terry Gibson and John Driscoll.
Thank you, Scott. Welcome along. This could be a record-equalling victory for Barcelona, a 6th straight win at the start of the season in La Liga. But still, Tata Martino has to defend himself and the football that his side has been playing. Sociedad haven't won in 4, they haven't scored in 3. So can the Basque club manage playing in the Champions League and staying in the top half of La Liga? There's a couple of very promising young footballers there. Thiago Messi, I think it's Davy, it's Neymar's little boy. That's the Barcelona coach, 50-year-old Tata Martino, who feels there is an element of a personal attack in the way that the media have been questioning him this season. Arrasate is only 35. Funnily enough, when he was being considered for the job, when the previous coach, Philippe Montagnier, moved on, they considered Tata Martino, who at the time was in Argentina with Newell's Old Boys. There was no vacancy at Barcelona at the time, and so Sociedad considered getting him, and they decided to promote from within instead. Barcelona are in their traditional shirts, the dark red and blue, and Sociedad start well in the blue and white. And an early chance to shoot a goal. Well, there we are, 25 seconds in, and of all people, Markel Bergara with the first effort at goal.
He said it didn't take long to breach the defence of Barcelona. Bergara here. I think Piqué is slow to go and close him down. Does exert a little bit of pressure on the Real Sociedad defensive midfield player. But Bergara had the time there to at least hit the target.
Cesc Fabregas wasn't named in the matchday squad for Barca. All of the attacking and midfield players have now been rested at some point. Piqué and Mascherano continue to play in every game, highlighting the lack of options. Here they go again. Oh, it's off the post. It was Seferovic who had the shot. It's a really lax start by Barcelona. Well, they played on. It's Mascherano who's down, holding a thigh and looking in real pain. This would be a problem, given their lack of options in defence. Let's have a look at the incident again.
It was his teammate Busquets who comes down on him with his full force, studs onto the knee of Mascherano. Seferovic there with the attempt. And it's a very good attempt. Just cuts across the ball slightly. You can see it swerving away. There's no way that Valdez is going to get anywhere near it. He's just hoping it doesn't hit the back of the net. It hits the crossbar firmly. As you said, John, a real lackadaisical approach to the game so far.
It's a red card, isn't it, for Busquets?
There's no doubt about that. It's an unfortunate blow for Mascherano. Depends on whether it's just going to be an injury, an impact injury, or whether he's done any damage to his knee now. See it hyperextended. If it's just the stud marks, just the bruising, I have no doubt that Mascherano, being the type of player he is going to be able to continue, run that off. He might feel a bit worse for wear tomorrow morning, though.
Here he comes back onto the playing arena. And welcome back as well. Busquets had just dropped into the central defensive position. We've got Bartra on the bench, but he's only played a few minutes of the season. Marc Bartra. We've seen that the coach doesn't particularly fancy him in the first team. And a bright start by Sociedad, who are struggling for goals. Got a terrible record at the Camp Nou. Haven't won since the days of Daly and Atkinson and John Aldridge, but they do have a very good record at home against Barcelona in the last few seasons. Very few teams have that. Only lost a couple of games last season. One of them was at the Anoeta. They were 2-0 down, Sociedad. They came back to win that game, and they came back from 2-0 down the season before to get a draw as well. So they do have a good track record, just not here. This is Bergara, who's been given a chance breaking through. Iarramendi was sold on. So more players that have come through at Sociedad. I've got an opportunity. Two club presidents sit side by side at the Camp Nou. So we had a look at Mascherano. We'll see now whether Piqué gives it to him. All the talk particularly the Madrid-based press, Terry, is about a change of style for Barcelona. The stat about it being the first time since the Rijkaard days that they had less possession than their opponents in a game has excited a lot of comment. That tiki-taka is finished. They've now become a direct team.
I can't say that myself. I think 5 league games in, one game in the Champions League would be far too early for any manager to change the style of Barcelona.
Here's Alexis Sanchez running at the Sociedad penalty area. The cross is deflected and it's turned in by Neymar. Well, we've been waiting for his first goal in La Liga. We expected it to rip into the net from 30 yards or to beat 6 players. Instead, it was the simplest of tap-ins made by Alexis with the aid of a deflection. Simple for Neymar. 1-0 to Barcelona.
Well, that will be a worry for Real Sociedad. It's the first attack, the first time Barcelona got across the halfway line. It's just standard Barcelona passing and movement. Alexis Sanchez drives towards the goal. It's a hopeful cross, gets a deflection. And it really does fool the Real Sociedad defenders and the goalkeeper, Claudio Bravo. Neymar doing exactly what he should be doing more of. He's had a tendency to stay up wide. You can see the cross coming in from Alexis Sanchez. He's attacked the area of the pitch where he can get on the end of that cross and score a goal. It's a simple tap-in, but another 10 or 15 of those this year. He'll be delighted. Made hard work of it. 3-touch finish when it should have just been a relatively straightforward goal. But it doesn't matter. He was there. It gives Barcelona the lead.
He had scored against Atletico Madrid in the Super Cup with a header. You wouldn't have expected that combination of goals, would you? A mishit tap in and a back post header for his first 2 goals. Doesn't matter how they go in, though. After a good start, Sociedad really pegged back, and their lack of goals recently will be a real problem. Claudio Bravo will be, probably should be, very disappointed with that. It's a good goalkeeper. Had a good season for them last year when they were finishing in the Champions League positions. Finished the season very strongly, draw too many games, and they've started doing that this season again. And for a team with a small budget, with largely homegrown players, they've been a big success in the last couple of seasons. This season is going to be a real test for them, though. They're in Manchester United's group in the Champions League, already beaten by Shakhtar Donetsk at home. And the rookie coach feels the need to be chopping and changing his team. This is Griezmann. Trying to get the ball inside there for Sangali, the young winger who's coming in. Only played 1 game before this one, Sangali.
Used a deflection. It's quite considerable distance away from the goalkeeper. The problem is there's a lack of communication between Claudio Bravo and Kadamura, the central defender. They both leave it.
Here goes Neymar. Bit between his teeth this time. Looking for Alexis Sanchez, and a diving header by Messi. 7 minutes in, it's 2-0 to Barca. What a blow for Sociedad. What a combination. It's Neymar and Messi again.
Scintillating attacking play from Barcelona. I don't think they've got warmed up as yet. They're just feeling their way into this game, but their first 2 attacks, they've both resulted in a goal. It didn't take long for Messi to get back on the goal trail. Didn't score at the weekend. By his standards, that's a drought. It's taken him 7 minutes tonight to get on the end of a cross. Well, Sociedad in a real state of despair at the back in terms of defending. Neymar does brilliant. Could have crossed the ball early, but bided his time, waited until it was the perfect time to cross and find Lionel Messi unmarked at the far post. See him have one look there, then he goes for it, far post, picks Messi out. Straightforward finish for Lionel Messi as well. 6-yard box, diving header, far post. 2-0 for Barcelona.
It's the 24th of September, that's him in double figures for the season. Now those changes made by Arasati. We were questioning them before the game. I think we might have had an answer there. Bad organisation for the 2 goals. Only the world's most prolific goal scorer left unmarked at the back post 7 minutes in, after conceding already a tap-in goal to Neymar. This is Alexis. Here's Dani Alves. A couple of goals for him already this season. That's a misplaced pass. Inigo Martinez, his player who's been linked with Barcelona, just become a full Spanish international, the young central defender for Sociedad. Here they go again. They're looking for a flag. They want the assistant referee to bail them out. Instead, it's Claudio Bravo. Just got away with that. He's very close to the edge of the 18-yard line. Neymar might actually have done better. Could have been 3. Free kick for Sociedad. De La Bea fouled by Alexis.
Quite frankly, it's a real mess at the back for Real Sociedad. Very unlike them. And they need to get a grip. See Alexis Sanchez there, tracking back. Clear foul on De La Bea. So Neymar clearly onside. I agree with you. I think he tried to be a little bit too fancy there. Bravo rushes out, denies him on the edge of the box. Right on the edge of the box.
Headed by Piqué. Griezmann to De La Bea. Alves had the pace to deal with the young Frenchman. This is Alexis. Good start to the game for him, coming in to replace him. Pedro had scored a hat-trick. An unusual situation, isn't he? He's determined to rotate the players, Tata Martino. He says it's not about now, it's about what happens come March and April, as he put it.
Brilliant pass from Iniesta on his weaker foot, left foot.
Iniesta,
I don't think he's got a weaker foot, in all honesty.
He's a player who's been rested. They're in contract talks at the moment. His dad has been speaking and saying that he expects that he will stay. He wants to stay. A little bit of negotiation, a bit of a wrangle about how much he's going to be paid. He'll be 30 at the end of the season, Andres Iniesta. If he signs the new deal, as it stands, it would take him through to being 34 if he sees that through. Mascherano's moving okay. Adriano run at left back with Jordi Alba out of the team at the moment. Here goes Neymar. This time he's really had a good chance to run from deep with the ball at his feet. Had a big impact on the game already. Dani Estrada. Seferovic down to Xavi Prieto. Javi Ross to De La Ben. And only now Sociedad able to pass the ball around and try and re-establish themselves in the game. It went okay for 3 minutes before they knew it, they were 2-0 down.
It went close, it hit the crossbar. Seferovic, tested Victor Valdez in the opening minute. Some minutes into the game, you would be concerned the game's already beyond them.
Alves. Griezmann having to defend. Alexis Sanchez trying to wrestle some space in the area. He's looking for Messi. He'll let it go to Neymar. Offside flag raised. Tiny finish by Xavi. It's a shame it counts for nothing.
Messi clearly was onside. You can see Neymar, left back, and De La Ben, the closest player to playing him onside. The ball was played there. It's very close.
It's probably onside, isn't it?
Yep. It's not conclusive from that angle. We're not looking directly across the line.
They go again, and Messi into the penalty area. Inigo Martinez did stop him that time. This is Sangali. Dani Estrada. They've got one or two injury problems. Sociedad doesn't help with a relatively small squad. They certainly haven't spent money to reinforce their squad going into the Champions League. They made a big profit actually selling Iaramendi. This is Seferovic, who came in for just €3 million from Fiorentina. Sergio Busquets. There's plenty of width on offer coming from Adriano. Just a useful player to have in your squad. Adriano play in midfield, play either of the fullback positions. Seems happy to come in and out of the team as well.
Just finding it so easy at home, Barcelona, to travel from defence into midfield. There we see the diving header from Messi at the far post. It's an excellent cross from Neymar. No real resistance from the midfield players of Real Sociedad at the moment, and very little resistance from the defence, I have to say.
Iniesta looking for Messi. It's a gamble by the young coach, isn't it, Arrasati, to make so many changes. Barcelona, you would expect to go a long way in the Copa del Rey. They would expect to go a long way in the Champions League. It's not unusual for their players to be playing 60 games a season and then to be going to the World Cup. The Sociedad players, I know they are in the Champions League, but they could be out of the Champions League in 3 games' time.
Certainly at this stage of the season as well. It's quite strange to see the so-called smaller clubs resting players.
We saw Athletic Bilbao do it yesterday, didn't we? And yes, still looking for Neymar. Goalkeeper was favourite. A frustrated wave of the arm from the young Brazilian at the assistant referee.
In fairness to the assistant referee, it's a hard call, but he does just about get it right. A couple of close calls though. You can't criticise Neymar for poor runs. He's playing right on the line, right at the shoulder of that defender. Eventually, if he continues doing that, he's going to get one right. Might be more than just the one, actually. Barcelona players got so much time on the ball in midfield. They can pick a pass out. Excellent movement up front.
Well, this combination of midfield players won't have played together for Sociedad before. The combination of the back four, I doubt it. Casemiro can play as a central defender. We've seen him more as a left back, out for virtually the whole of last season with an ankle injury. Mikel Gonzalez is their preferred partner usually for Inigo Martinez.
Arrasate is looking at the next fixture, which is Sevilla at home on Saturday, and probably thinking best 1 or 2 players tonight to make sure that they're fresh for the home game against the team that are currently bottom of the league. This is the team that finished in 4th place last season in this division, in La Liga, the Primera division. And I think they should be coming here to play Barcelona and to put in a really good show with their strongest team. We just had an international break. We've got another international break coming up. The games are not really coming thick and fast. Yes, it's a midweek round the league fixtures here in Spain. And I still think that Arrasate could have put out a stronger lineup to start this game this evening.
I don't suppose Manchester United fans will be too worried on the evidence of what they've seen in the last 18 minutes. Iniesta happy to wait for the tackle to get almost to him, and then offload it. And gets them going into space. Alves tries to curl that one in between the goalkeeper and central defender as Inigo Martinez got it away, and De La Bea has then given the free kick away with a foul on Dani Alves.
It's no surprise to see Dani Alves in that forward position. De La Bea that gives away a ridiculous foul.
Xavi got a big man to aim for him. PK, it's a horrible slice by Casemiro, and back across it goes, and Inigo Martinez denied Alexis a goal.
I don't think Inigo Martinez can believe how bad Real Sociedad are defending.
Now Xavi back in again. It's Casemiro who cleared. To be fair, it was Inigo Martinez who missed the initial header in there, wasn't he? Moaning at everybody else.
With a little trip on Sangali.
They've stuck by their principles, Sociedad. They didn't get in the Champions League and immediately splash a load of money and replace all the guys who got them promoted and then help them establish themselves and then get into the Champions League. This is a problem, though. Xavi Prieto, he is definitely one of the players they would like to protect. They put him in and now he's down and looking like he's in a bit of trouble. Aguirreche, the centre forward, he got injured in a pre-season match at Southampton, so he missed the start of the season. He's only just back in the last couple of games. Seemed to be warming him up. Seferovic could drop into midfield and do Xavi Prieto's job, having hinted that we didn't like the coach's changes he's made tonight. There's no point in taking a gamble now with Xavi Prieto, is there?
No. Of course, not 2-0 down, and lost Esteban Granero recently for the majority of the season as well. And there was talk of Jonathan Dos Santos Couldn't make the bench tonight for Barcelona, being available to guys on an emergency loan to Real Sociedad. Hopefully this injury to Xavi Prieto is not going to keep him out for too long.
Well, this is a miserable night for Sociedad, I'm afraid to say, isn't it? Losing their captain. A creative midfield spark, Xavi Prieto. 2-0 down to carelessly conceded goals. Good ovation for Xavi Prieto. Scored 5 goals last season against Real Madrid. That might have something to do with it.
Couldn't ascertain there whether it was a thigh injury or whether it was something to do with the knee.
Strapping up his thigh, aren't they? Get the ice on it. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. We'll see him back. Whether he's back in time for the weekend is questionable, of course. They're in action at 7 o'clock on Saturday night. Neymar running at Dani Estrada. Stops quickly as well, doesn't he? It's a gift that Messi's got, that, isn't it? Gets the defender at full speed and suddenly stops and has got loads of room. Here is Messi. And Xavi. Xavi again. Here comes Adriano. Neymar takes it. He's got the fullback outside of him. Here is Adriano, another Brazilian, looking for the Chilean, Alexis. Ignores Dani Alves for now. Now he finds Dani Alves, and it goes! And should be finished up by Messi. Somehow it wasn't. And it ricocheted around, and now the shot comes in, and this time it's in. Well, they just can't deal with it at the moment. They can't deal with Barcelona. A little shake of the head by Messi. Sergio Busquets pinged it in from the edge of the penalty area. It's a rare goal for him. Messi didn't finish it off. His miss didn't matter. Goal for Busquets.
It's a rare goal, and it smiles all round, isn't it? I think they're laughing as much for the fact that Messi missed an open goal, the fact that Busquets has rifled one in from distance. We know this isn't primarily his role in the team. Dani Alves was a great little cross. It's an intuitive little flick at the near post from Messi, but he really makes a mess of the follow-up. Whilst everyone is staring in disbelief at the fact that Messi missed from such a close distance, Busquets just thundered in a shot from outside the box. There's nothing Claudio Bravo could do in the Real Sociedad goal.
It's given away cheaply again, wasn't it, to Busquets? After it was cleared, like you say, everyone looking at the Messi miss. Not sure how much Dani Estrada knew about it when it hit him as it came back off the bar. So Inigo Martinez fires one long for Seferovic to chase. Well, this certainly doesn't help Sociedad's position. It doesn't help the feel around the club and an air of crisis. Now, has that crossed the line? I don't think it had. They could do with some kind of goal line technology in Spain.
Now that would be an idea, wouldn't it?
Don't think it did. But then I didn't think that goal from Espanyol crossed the line last night either.
It's a shoddy pass from Griezmann now on the edge of the box, trying to play his way out of trouble. Ball straight to Busquets. First time, strikes it back towards goal.
Here's Messi again. And Alexis. Neymar's come to the near post. Wasn't in a position to deliver first time, Alexis. And they say tiki-taka's dead. Xavi looking for Neymar. Caramuro clears, but instantly comes back at them again.
until tonight, Real Sociedad have only conceded 3 goals in 5 games. Conceded 3 in 22 minutes against Barcelona.
And soft goals, to be fair, as well, haven't they? There haven't been brilliant goals from Barcelona, really.
You see the initial cross going in. Messi from there. You back him to score every time, but Griezmann here, he's at fault. Tries to find the feet of Agareche. Busquets doesn't hang around. Control, volley, straight back in. It's a comfortable good night's work so far for Barcelona. This hasn't happened to Real Sociedad for an awfully long time.
Iniesta to Neymar. Heavy touch by Neymar, is giving possession away. Difficult one for some of the inexperienced players. Javi Ross, who got a rare touch of the ball there, and Sangali coming in. Hardly any first-team experience with Sociedad, those two. Messi, Alexis. Crowd wanted it early to Neymar. It's gone back to Iniesta instead. And then goes Adriano, and out comes Claudio Bravo. This is Sangali. It's given away again, though. Serrano moving pretty freely. Took by Seferovic.
Everybody joining in now, aren't they? Mascherano hasn't scored for Barcelona. He's probably seen Busquets score tonight and thinks it's about time he got across the halfway line and attempt or two at goal.
Busquets' 5th goal in La Liga. It's his 151st appearance. It's first of the season. Sociedad seemed, Terry, to have come into this game without a real plan of what they were going to do to beat Barcelona.
It appears they haven't come into the game with any sort of plan, and a defeatist attitude on top of that as well.
Dani Alves goes at them again, goes at Griezmann. Agareche battles away. Griezmann spins it on first time for Seferovic to chase. Classy defending by Piqué.
It's quite ironic that the manager has chosen to rest some of the younger players. Talking likes of Ruben Pardo, who's 20, Carlos Vela 24, yet he played Xavi Prieto, his oldest player, at 30, and he's the player that's picked up the injury. They didn't rotate last season under Montanier. Well, that's tremendous run. Was it just 2 defeats in the last 28 league games? Saw them eventually finishing a Champions League spot. Qualified really well this year, beating Lyon. But tonight, it's gone horribly wrong for the young coach.
Yeah, Ruben Pardo, Vela. Good players rested tonight. Ruben Pardo's 20. Hasn't got an awful lot of first-team experience. Paul is very highly rated. Neymar fouled again. It's been a feature of his career in Spain so far, and he's dealt with it very impressively indeed. Tata Martino said he has been working with Neymar. He said, you get up, you put the ball on the ground, you take the free kick. He's been fouled 3 times more than Messi, apparently. Apparently it's 30 years to the day since Goycochea broke Maradona's leg with a horror tackle that went unpunished. It does highlight the fact that modern football protects players like Messi and Neymar so much better than in Maradona's day, when talented players were effectively kicked out of the game.
No, I think we're all pleased about that as well. You see skillful players being allowed to show their ability. Don't want to see violent defenders getting the better of them. Yes, it has to be competitive, still has to be a physical contact game. But you're right, Neymar is getting fouled on a number of occasions, every game he's playing. I say 3 times more than Messi. I think they still try to kick Messi. Perhaps Messi is a little bit better at evading those challenges.
Or a slice by Gerard Piqué. It's Bartra, the central defender, warming up. Here's the corner. All the way through, almost to Inigo Martinez. It's a little touch from somebody. Now is Mascherano going off here. We saw him go down, didn't we, under the challenge of his own player, Sergio Busquets, in the first few minutes.
It would make sense, wouldn't it? Get treatment on that injury as soon as possible to Mascherano. 3-0 up. There was time to give the youngster a chance.
Alexis charging forward. The ball trapped under his feet. Xavi was there to keep it going. And here's Messi bursting into the penalty area. Alexis tries to curl it beyond Claudio Bravo. Just couldn't get it curling into the goal.
Well, the assist would have gone down to the referee, wouldn't it? It was a nice little back heel from the referee on the edge of the box. After the attempted shot by Lionel Messi. Alexis Sanchez from distance just couldn't find the far post. Adriano appears to have picked up a knock as well. Perhaps that was stand corrected. That was the injury to Xavi Prieto. Again, it didn't look too forceful to challenge.
Aguirreche through to Griezmann, just overhit though. Out comes Victor Valdez. Quiet evening for Barcelona's goalkeeper so far. Saw one whistle past his head and hit the crossbar when it was 0-0. Saved penalties in his last 2 games. Before that, they'd conceded 2 goals in their previous 2 games. It's been a 100% winning start, though. They'll move level with their own club record for a best start. Cruyff, Van Gaal, Guardiola and Tito Villanova all had the same record. Every time they've won 5 straight games at the start of the season, they've gone on to win the league. But Atletico Madrid have got the same record, of course. So someone has got to be disappointed having won their first 5 games. Atletico are in action later on tonight. Messi, Neymar exchanging passes again in tight areas. And then goes Alexis. Alexis is through, and it's chested in by Dani Alves, but crept too far in front there, Dani Alves.
Again, it's brilliant play by Barcelona against a mass defence. Alexis Sanchez, Dani Alves was always going to be offside there. I think Alexis Sanchez should have gone for goal himself.
Mascherano has played his lasso. It's a big setback. It's his own player going in. It's funny, isn't it, the debate we have sometimes about reckless challenges. Clearly it was an accident, and yet quite often we don't give a player that slack. If it's against an opponent, we say, oh, he obviously meant it, but he obviously didn't mean it, because it's his own player he took out. Iniesta to Neymar. Everybody moves 30-40 yards upfield without a tackle, really. And then Bergara does come and challenge Iniesta. They try and win it back high up the pitch. Iniesta's gone in late.
So Alexis Sanchez there, his attempt at goal.
Messi. Xavi with a touch. Iniesta with another one. Messi. Iniesta. Oh, superb play. Neymar. Messi missed it. In comes Busquets looking for a second. Would have been almost the perfect Barcelona goal if Messi had sucked that away. Seferovic intercepted by Dani Alves.
It's a complete change of style by Barcelona, isn't it? Hitting and hoping, hitting the channels, playing off the big fella up front. You can see what the crowd think of that. That was like the Harlem Globetrotters. 4 or 5 world-class players, all playing together in tandem, all on the same wavelength, and just slightly overdid it at the end. Can't believe that. The goal would have been talking about for a long, long time to come.
No one's gone with Neymar here. I'm trusting him to hold on to the ball. Well, everyone took a breather. It's a lesson, the likes of Javi Ross. Nicely done by Bartra. De La Bea.
That area of the pitch where that move was, it's a picture that Xavi, Iniesta, Messi, they must look at 1,000 times a season with a packed defence, no room to manoeuvre, and yet somehow they time and time again come up with fantastic skills, touches, movement off the ball to make the breakthrough.
And they all fancy joining in. There are Piqué. They're a long way without a challenge on them, don't they? Barcelona with this setup or attitude, whatever it is that's wrong with Real Sociedad tonight. They came through the Champions League playoff, two-legged affair with Lyon really well, won both games and won 4-0, and were looking good at the start of the season. They seem to have really lost their way.
Home and away, 2-0 victories, and fully deserved as well. Totally outplayed Lyon. I just wonder about the mentality. As I said, this is the team that finished fourth, went on that fantastic run, 28-game run last season, and they've come here with no belief whatsoever. They've been hard to score against this season, although they haven't been able to get many goals themselves. They've been hard to score against tonight. I saw Barcelona started off a little bit lackadaisical. Real Sociedad had the first 2 attempts on goal. It was a poor goal to give away the first one, and from then on it's just been one-way traffic, no resistance whatsoever. Barcelona just having fun now, really enjoying themselves.
No pressure on them as they're stroking the ball around.
It's almost like the midfield players are mesmerised, the Real Sociedad players. They're getting back into position, but they're not confronting anybody. They're running around in little circles, they're not getting near anybody. They have the numbers back there to do a lot better than what they're trying to do in defensive positions. In the Barcelona's final third, they just can't stop them.
Neymar's running at them. Touch got away from him.
It's a great flick from Xavi, then Iniesta, and another pass inside. Great footwork from Iniesta again. It was a surprise. Neymar trying to pick Messi out again for another assist for his teammate. I think he's in his good books by now. It's at least 3 goals that Neymar has made for Messi this season.
It was the right pass that time though, wasn't it? Just needed sticking away. Aguirre skips away from Bartra. De La Bea. Alves claims.
I'm not going to tire of seeing this. We've just seen it from different angles. a wonderful goal.
Dani Alves, Messi's running in the middle. It's an under-hit cross by the right back for Barcelona. Busquets just comes in, grabs it back again. Take it while Busquets is still down on the ground. Messi, strong, isn't he? Holds off Begara that time. Griezmann. Seferovic was running away, didn't feel he had the room to get the pass in. Now Javi Ross is caught by Alexis Sanchez. Iniesta finds Neymar, and he can run at the Neymar, and he can go for goal.
He shows his ability there, running with the ball, twisted and turning. On this occasion, not afraid to go outside and shoot with his left foot. The shot was climbing, he should be doing a little bit better than that there. There's another attempt on goal, but with no real defence from Real Sociedad. You focus on the Barcelona players there, obviously, because they're the ones doing the flicks and the twists and the turns. When you look at some of the movement of the Real Sociedad players there, they don't know where they're going. They're going left, they're going right, they're twisting their bodies around. They were all over the place trying to stop that attack from Barcelona.
Two-thirds of possession to Barcelona. Guess you were worried about the possession stats. That's people were in Spain. This is Neymar. Cut back to Messi. It's deflected very easily for the goalkeeper.
It's excellent defending eventually, I think. So Javi Ross, who throws himself in to block the attempt for Messi. Otherwise, this is going in.
Griezmann. Strike a ball, Griezmann. Valdez had to save. That's with a left footer, the young Frenchman, but that with his right.
Well, a lot was made of Rayo kind of having more possession than past that week, and I'm pretty sure Gerardo Martino wasn't losing any sleep over it. I haven't seen his team win 4-0 away from home, but he'd be kind of pleased with the type of performance his team are putting on tonight. He'd be delighted with the manner in which his opponents are playing, which is making it quite easy for Barcelona. Griezmann's attempt here. See the ball moving about all over the place there, and another save for Victor Valdez. He'd be delighted, wouldn't he, Valdez, to not have any further shots to save in the game. He's been far too busy this season.
5 goals conceded in 8.5 matches. Barcelona's number one. Here's Messi. A pocket of space again. Griezmann back to intercept. Dani Alves won the ball, run it back high up the pitch, saves himself a long run back. Now Iniesta. Neymar. There's Messi in the middle. It comes instead to Alexis. Alves wanted it. Alexis took it. Messi's waiting in the middle. Doesn't get that far.
The attack is ending up with almost an attempt on goal. Desperate defending from Real Sociedad. No organisation whatsoever, is it? It's last-ditch defending, last-ditch clearances. On that occasion, Claudio Bravo managing to deny the cross, going across the 6-yard box.
Javi Ross to De La Bea. 45 minutes up. We have had 2 injuries. Lost 2 of the original starting players in Xavi Prieto and Mascherano. Somehow we only find 1 minute of stoppage time. The referee might have forgotten.
been great to watch. And despite it being 3 goals, this has possibly been the highlight of the first half.
They're winning the battle as well, Barcelona, as well as everything else. Sangali had that ball, but Adriano outmuscled him. Iniesta able to play at walking speed if he wanted to there in the midfield. And there's a big round of applause for Barcelona. That was too easy for them, though, from the point of view of another Champions League team. Neymar, Messi, Busquets, the scorers. It could have been even worse. Half-time, it's Barcelona 3, Real Sociedad 0.
And the first rule when you play Barcelona at the Camp Nou is defend well. You don't do that, you've got absolutely no chance. We'll get to Real Madrid are playing tomorrow. Barcelona tonight is with Blancos tomorrow night. They go to Elche. That's 8:55 at Sky Sports 3. And they'll probably be 5 points behind. Well, maybe say almost definitely. Haris Seferovic nearly stunned the Camp Nou, hitting the crossbar in the 2nd minute. That stunned Barca into action. Neymar made it 1. Lionel Messi made it 2 with a header at the far post. Sergio Busquets, his first goal since December, made it 3-0. And my goodness, what a first half it's been. It could and should have been more. How did Lionel Messi miss that chance after what was wonderful play from Barcelona?
Yeah, this action deserves a goal. This deserves a goal.
Is Barcelona at its very best? Can he defend against it?
Nah, yeah, it's the players who are so very skillful in the small area that everybody can take on the man on a handkerchief. Put a handkerchief on the ground, give them a ball, and they take you on.
You'd pay to watch them just in training, wouldn't you? Absolutely incredible stuff. But when you've got the likes of Iniesta, Neymar and Lionel Messi, it's a dream team.
Yeah, but you may see less and less of that because that's what they're trying to avoid, actually. Yes, they can do that because they can. It doesn't come off all the time, but they're trying to avoid that by just, as we insisted, just being more direct. Because everybody defends in the box, and when you have 9 defending in the box or 10, it's so hard to find the spaces. So the easier you arrive, or the earlier you arrive, the better. Mixed with possession. How'd you do that? I don't know. Ask Tata Martino, but that is the plan.
Well, I'll ask Henk ten Cate.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
The situation is quite complicated. The Barcelona fan is spoiled. I've seen the best football for the last couple of years. And then when somebody comes there and you don't give him time to make some changes in the way he thinks the game should be played with this team, and as effective as it have ever been, and maybe as nice as it has ever been, then you get this. But if this is the answer, then probably everybody had to shut up again. And
everyone should be very happy. 3 goals in the first half. How many in the second? Let's get back to Terry Gibson and John Driscoll.
Welcome back. Real Sociedad have made a change at half-time. I think the horse has bolted. What they've done is throw on the big central defender, Ansategui, and they've moved Cademuro, who was playing in the centre of the defence, out to right back. But he's played as a left back before, and he has played as a right back this season. Doesn't really offer anything going forward because it's his wrong side and he's not really a natural attacking fullback, Cademuro. Might not have much attacking to do on the evidence of the first half, which Barcelona absolutely dominated in terms of possession, chances, goals, and everything.
Pretty sure the intentions of Arrasate are not for Cademuro to start pushing on from the full-back position. Well, he's a young manager. I'm sure he's not foolish enough to think his team can get the goals back to get back into this game. It is really a case now, Real Sociedad playing for some pride, trying not to concede any more goals and start to rebuild confidence, because this is going to affect confidence. A team that's been thriving and being in a confident mood for the best part of a year now. struggling to score goals at the moment in the league. Now conceding 3 goals in the first half. Yes, it's against Barcelona, but still the defending was inexcusable in the first 45 minutes. They have to start improving from now on.
They drew 0-0 with Levante and Malaga. In between, they were beaten at home by Shakhtar Donetsk 2-0. Fabregas rested. Pedro rested after his hat-trick. Haven't missed them. A real blow for Barcelona. The only blot on the copybook tonight is the injury to Mascherano, injured in a clash with his own player, Sergio Busquets. It was Arrasate, the rookie coach of Sociedad, who's made all the changes, made 7 coming into the game, and then they lost their captain Xavi Prieto to an injury, and they've taken off Dani Estrada. Not too sure they did have to rotate, to be honest. I know they're playing midweek and then weekend, but young set of players, it's probably not for long.
It's what you want to be doing as a player. You want to keep playing games. As a club, you want to be in the competitions that Real Sociedad have done well to find themselves in, i.e. the Champions League.
Dani Alves. Xavi, and then Messi, dropping halfway back inside the half. Iniesta. Wasn't a perfect pass to Adriano, but he's got the pace to make something of it. Excellent work by Adriano. Xavi and Messi, and the door was slammed shut. Bounced back open again. Villabella had to concede the corner.
Martinez did well to deny Messi, but doesn't deal with his attempts on goal very well at all, and he's a reliable goalkeeper. He looks to be suffering this evening, playing behind this defence in this form, and of course against the Barcelona attack.
There's Neymar, different challenge for him. Maybe they wanted a natural left back playing at right back. Maybe that's part of the plan. Adriano looking for Xavi. Managed to hook it back beyond Inigo Martinez. Good jump by Dani Alves. Busquets does well. Alves gives Messi something to chase.
We talk about rotating players. Lionel Messi and Ronaldo are the perfect example of players don't need to be rested and rotated every 5 minutes. They play 50-60 games a season. They score 50-60 goals a season. I think there are circumstances where you can look to be sensible with a player. I think Xavi is the perfect example of that for Barcelona. Xavi now 33 years old. He doesn't need to be playing 60 games a year.
It was that run in the spring, wasn't it, that I think has affected Martino's thinking. Between February 20th and May the 1st, it all went wrong. Here's Neymar. Bundled out of play by Javi Ross. Yeah, the stats on that. They played 16 games in that spring period. They won just 7, drew 4 and lost 5. That's the point, isn't it? That he's saying that they didn't protect them enough earlier in the season. Arguments both ways, aren't they? When you're winning, playing as well as Barcelona are, you don't miss, says Fabregas. When you've got Iniesta to return, you can leave out Fabregas. Not a luxury that Sociedad have.
I think you're right, and you made the assumption that Barcelona assume they're going to be playing 60 games a season. They assume that most of their players are going to be playing in World Cups, European Championships. That's not the case for teams like Real Sociedad. They've got extra games in the Champions League. They might not go through out the group stages. Not too many of their players are going to be playing in international football in the summer, or played in it last summer. So I can understand a squad such as Barcelona resting the odd player. And thankfully, Martino isn't resting 4 and 5 at a time. It's 1 in, 1 out, and it's working so far.
He's rested Vela, who doesn't play for Mexico. There's Messi twisting and turning, and Messi bringing a good save out of Claudio Bravo. But no change in the game at all, has there, in this second half? Same pattern. Barcelona attacking, And Sociedad waiting to the last moment really to try and stop them.
I'm slightly concerned at half-time whether Barcelona would declare, but as a neutral, watching this exciting football, I hope we're going to continue for the second half.
There goes Messi driving into the smallest of gaps and missing another great chance. Should have had a hat-trick tonight, Messi. Still might.
Probably will. As I'm talking about watching exciting football, the Maestro takes over, picks it up from deep. 3 players trying to stop him. He does all the hard work. Once gets past Ansategui, just Claudio Bravo to beat. And Martino, like the rest of us, can't believe that Messi has missed the target. Look at the skill, absolutely fantastic. This was the early opportunity again in the second half. He's trying to make up for not scoring at the weekend, isn't he? He's going to try and get a bundle tonight to take it to more than just one a game.
Well, Ronaldo got 2. Needs to step up his rate again. Poor cross for once by Dani Alves. Actually, the goal that Messi scored tonight takes him to 323 career goals for Barcelona, which Stato fans of Spanish football might recognise that number. It's the number that Raúl got for Real Madrid in his career. Did play 741 times, which was, we thought at the time, exceptional that he scored so many goals. And then there's Messi doing it in appearance 387. He was licensed to clear the ball relatively long there by Piqué. Dribbled it around the penalty area first. Inigo Martinez stretching out. It's the kind of thing that Sociedad fans would have been hoping to see all night. And when they started well in the first couple of minutes, they were probably expecting more of the same. Now Alexis Sanchez can turn. He's got bags of pace. He's got Messi in support, and he's got Neymar. And here's Neymar. Can Neymar finish this off? Claudio Bravo makes another save. He's been busy.
It appears to be the wrong type of finish from Neymar. It's a side foot finish towards the near post, and it's going for power towards the far post, or high towards the near post, but it was low. Quite a comfortable saving in for Bravo.
Neymar's finishing was perfect. You can imagine him scoring 50 goals a season, couldn't you? The ability that he's got, his dump on the ground. Xavi goes on. Dani Alves, they're queuing up in the middle. Xavi was there. There's Inigo Martinez who slid in to clear. Neymar's got in the back of his Achilles, wherever he was whacked by Begara. Or is it Agaveche?
Skips around Sangali. You have to remember he is only 21, Neymar. I'm sure all areas of his game will improve and get better.
Yellow card. It was Agaveche, wasn't it? Not Begara. Made contact. Here's Xavi and Messi. I suppose the question in terms of rotating players comes into question now, doesn't it? 3-0 up and coasting. He's been forced into one change with Mascherano. Now does he change Messi?
Most of these Barcelona players now, that this is no more than a training session. They're having fun, they're enjoying themselves, got loads of possession, they're wanting to score more goals, they're not overexerting themselves in terms of getting up and down the pitch, tracking back, closing people down. This is fun for these Barcelona players. It's not the...
It's Messi. Iniesta. Close control from Iniesta.
Certainly not fun for Real Sociedad, is it? Particularly the defence and the goalkeeper. It might be slightly naive, but it is an entertainment business. People pay good money to come and watch Barcelona. And just because they've gone 3-0 up, if you pay whatever the cost of the ticket is tonight, you still want to see Messi out there playing, don't you? And I'm sure Martino, if this was a grueling encounter, then he might have to consider taking Messi off and resting him, but at the moment I think the decision lies purely with Barcelona's number 10 and whether he stays on or comes off.
Marc Bartra. Sociedad just haven't increased the tempo or the intensity of what they're doing at all. I don't like to be too blunt in the criticism, but it's been really poor tonight, hasn't it, from a team that we've really grown to admire in the last couple of years.
I find it rather worrying, actually.
Sangali on the ball.
I think they did overachieve last season. Expectation levels have risen. We actually genuinely thought coming into this game tonight that this would be a real competitive game of football. With the players that are rested, the players that are on the bench, some players not here altogether. Attitude hasn't been right from the start. So Messi trying to tee Neymar up. It's quite a tame effort in the end, isn't it? Side-footed. No real power on it. I've got to go for power high towards the near post or power towards the far post, and it might be one of those where the goalkeeper spills at the very least and someone gets a tap in.
Messi sees the gap. Adriano filled it. Vergara came and blocked the return pass to Messi. Aguirreche is a little careless again in possession. And Dani Alves runs through and finds Alexis Sanchez. And his shot flashes wide.
Dani Alves pushing forward. Releases the ball at the right time. Under pressure, Alexis Sanchez. A couple of Real Sociedad defenders doing their best to put him off. Eventually they do. Sloan showing good determination there. They're about.
Alexis Sanchez had to chase the ball over the top to get beyond De La Bea. Alves to Xavi as he wants it short. Oh, this is super stuff again. There's no offside here against Xavi. Maybe Neymar could have flung himself full length at it.
It's just a joy to watch, isn't it? The movement off the board, a quick passing. Xavi beats the offside trap legitimately. Just a touch too high on the cross. The movement from Alexis Sanchez to start that move off was fantastic as well. Eventually ends up with Xavi trying to find Neymar. The Barcelona player had the ball in midfield. I think it was Xavi, and Alexis Sanchez run towards him 5 metres, turned and sprinted as fast as he could in behind, and that made the mind up of the midfield player to play the ball in over the top, in behind. That's something Alexis Sanchez was doing early on in his Barcelona career.
Nice touch by Griezmann. Seferovic to Kadamuro. He's getting forward. Back in on that left. And the flick on is catching practice for Victor Valdez. Talk about goalkeepers needing matches, don't we? Particularly in terms of Casillas' situation. He's barely had a match tonight, Valdez, as he hasn't done anything.
The first 2 attempts on goal, one was wide, one hit the bar from Real Sociedad, and he only had 3 attempts in total.
Will he still get paid?
Very well indeed, probably.
Here's Messi. Tries to dance beyond the challenges. Sangali, it's hit half clear to Seferovic. It's that kind of performance by Sociedad. The confidence knocked down to them. It was a fairly simple pass by Seferovic to find Agareche. Messi slows it right down. Griezmann anticipated that he would try and speed it back up again. It's good work by Bartra.
The game just going through a slight low at the moment. The tempo certainly dropped a touch from Barcelona.
Seferovic held it up well and found Sangali. Griezmann. Inigo Martinez, one cap for Spain in the recent game against Ecuador. Not blessed in central defensive areas, Spain. Here's Sangali. Looking for Griezmann here. Adriano's header, Agareche. Lovely touch by Agareche, and it should be a tap-in. Still a bear. And they've got something out of the occasion. They've got a little hope in this game. And Barcelona went through a lull and they've paid the price.
5-minute spell where Barcelona have just been untidy in their pass and haven't been as intense with their closing down. And again, I have to say, that's terrible defending from Gerard Piqué. Agareche is the one with the problem here. Piqué tries to win the ball initially when he doesn't really need to put himself in that position. It's excellent touch from Agareche. Passes it across the box into Delabea, full-back. Showing some attacking ambition there. Gets a tap in against Barcelona at the Nou Camp. Is it beyond the realms of possibility we might be witnessing the most unlikeliest of all comebacks?
Well, they've done that always at the Anoeta with their comebacks from 2-0 down. 2 occasions, and they came from 1-0 down to beat them the season before. But they haven't won at the Camp Nou for, is it 15 visits, just after they got rid of the all-Basque policy and got Aldridge and Atkinson in.
Across to the far post, good flick on by Griezmann. Excellent centre-forward play by Agareche, but terrible defending from Piqué. The focus there from Piqué isn't all about keeping a clean sheet. He's trying to win the ball back there and set an attack going. He just needed to stay goal side of Agareche and defend the situation properly.
There is Agareche. Came on as a sub as an enforced change. Griezmann. Agareche is going to get. Griezmann goes for goal and tests Victor Valdez. Has to recover quickly because Sangali was coming in. Was caught there by the young winger. The applause is for Valdez.
Goalkeeper who's been in super form this season has been called upon too much tonight. Initially makes the good save and the shot for Griezmann. Sangali, I think it's very right to challenge for the ball there. It's an accidental collision. It's a good attempt by Griezmann again. Puts the shin there, catches the back of Valdez's head. Is that going to stir Barcelona back into action?
They're closing down a little more hungrily. Might just be the boost for their confidence that we were talking about, that we were saying they needed. busy time in Spanish football. There's a round of games being played at the moment. So Elche, Real Madrid is live tomorrow, 5 to 9, Sky Sports 3. Then we've got 3 matches on Saturday. Almeria, free-scoring Almeria against Barcelona's the first. Sociedad, Sevilla, and then Real Madrid against Atletico. 2 games as well on Sunday. Espanyol, Getafe is the early one. Join us from 6:30, Sky Sports 1, and Betis against Real. 2 very entertaining teams on their day. So 5 matches over the weekend. Busquets to Iniesta. There's a gap there. Iniesta can go for goal here, perhaps. Seferovic. It's given away to Alexis Sanchez. He goes charging towards the goal. Went over as he was trying to get his shot away. He says he was being shoved over. Let's see.
It's good pressing. First of all from Bartra. Alexis Sanchez picks up the loose ball and really gets bundled over after he's had the attempt at goal. Good cut back there. There is contact, but there's always going to be that, isn't there? I don't think the challenge from Ross at the end affected the shot at goal by Alexis Sanchez.
It's not a trip or a push, is it? It's a contact sport after all.
And he'd already had the shot.
Is De La Vega the goal scorer? The only goal scorer in the second half. Seferovic, Swiss international, from a Bosnian family, hence the name. Caramuro, who's now an Algerian international, relatively recently declared for Algeria. Iniesta to Neymar. Neymar running at Caramuro and finding Messi. And Sategui with the challenge. And Sategui can claim a victory in this game, can't he, at the moment?
He has made a difference to the back four. He's coming to the heart of defence. Caramuro gone to the full-back position.
Sangali tackled by Dani Alves. Alexis Sanchez, one defender in front of him, and Sategui stops Messi again.
He's getting his head in the way of things. He's blocking shots, making telling challenges on the edge of the box. Let's see, challenge from Javi Ross and Alexis Sanchez.
And Sategui lost out. He had been a regular centre-back pairing with Mikel Gonzalez, and then Inigo Martinez coming in knocked him out of the team, but Mikel Gonzalez has had injury problems this season. Piqué jumping for this. He didn't get there as Alexis Sanchez jumping behind him. Got the header in.
A decent contact, decent jump as well from Alexis Sanchez. Difficult header to try and score from that range.
Javi Ross has 1 appearance this season. It's his 14th senior appearance, this. De La Vega. He wasn't a club product, De La Vega. He came from Sevilla. The majority of the team, the majority of the squad, and some of the guys they bring in as well are Basques who've been produced at this club. And the likes of Aguirreche, who was a youth team player with Athletic Bilbao. Their local rivals. Craig, actually late in the season at the new San Mamés. That will be an interesting occasion, the Basque derby. So notice that Barcelona's last game of the season is against Atletico Madrid at the Nou Camp. Be a title decider. Simeone would be happy with that. He would tell us there's no chance of it being so. First Clasico just over a month away. Here's Lionel Messi. And Iniesta. Now Griezmann. There's room there for Griezmann, and he's got the pace. There could be problems here for Barcelona. He shaped as if to shoot, and then he does take on the shot, and Valdez parries it away. And after a little hesitation, Piqué cleared. And Alexis Sanchez has been penalised here just for backing in to Inigo Martinez.
Heath was the centre-half, was committed to jump for the ball. Slightly alarmed by the performance of Piqué though this evening, right from the first minute. He was at fault for one of the early attempts at goal for Real Sociedad, and his ball is cleared. As you said, he hesitated. He just about gets away with that. There's no doubt in his quality and class. I just feel tonight he's looks off the pace. He's a player who's certainly not off the pace.
Hat-trick at the weekend for Pedro, and then left out. He's got 5 goals this season. I think he's only played 4 league games. Not a bad rate of return. One of the front players will be coming off. The evidence in favour of Barcelona having missed out on the signing of a centre-back again being a mistake is just mounting up and mounting up, isn't it, with an injury to Mascherano. No pressure, of course, on Piqué's place. Nothing they can do. Puyol's training again. There's an awful lot of eggs in that basket. Neymar's got his goal tonight. His first in La Liga. And he's played his part in some scintillating football from Barcelona as well.
Pleased with his evening's work again. Integrated himself really well into the team. Didn't start off as an automatic choice, did he? First few games on the bench, now very much in the starting 11.
Extraordinary thing is going on here. Dani Alves helping Griezmann tie his shoelaces. It's like lack of intensity about this game, you might say.
I thought Griezmann might have had a wrist injury or something there, an injury to his fingers, but it doesn't appear so.
We're about to see Ruben Pardo come on. Really highly rated player, but to my mind he hardly ever plays. He's as good a player as everybody thinks he is. I don't understand why he's not in the team all the time.
I think he would be the obvious replacement for Yaramendi.
Iniesta takes it off the toes of Griezmann. Now Pedro. It's up to that number 7 shirt this season. Going to Messi. Dani Alves. Same runs aren't happening in the first half. There were players in the penalty area when Dani Alves or Adriano found himself in that kind of position. Messi tries to weave his way through. Instead it's Inigo Martinez weaving his way out.
I think there has been a slight improvement, hasn't there, in the defending as well from Real Sociedad. The back four looks better set up and organised now.
It's Griezmann who dispossesses Messi this time. Gareche squeezed it to Seferovic. Barca got quickly around him. Bartra, Xavi and Messi. And Messi just injects a little bit of pace into it. And it's still Messi, and he fires it across. And it's turned in by Marc Bartra, who carried on his run all the way from the back into the penalty area. And we're getting some unlikely scorers this evening. Marc Bartra on target for Barcelona, his 2nd goal in La Liga, and obviously his 1st of the season.
It just goes to show what they teach the young central defenders at Barcelona. We often see PK do this. And Mark Bartra finds himself in the attacking position, he switches himself on, and he just plays like a centre forward. Gets in exactly the right position. And Messi does brilliant again to drive to the byline. Uses skill, trickery, determination. Whips in a hard, fearsome cross. And we did have to have a second look, didn't we? To see who finished that chance off. And Messi there goes for goal. 2 or 3 defenders can't stop him, and he does the right thing. He doesn't shoot. Cuts it back. Hard and low across the 6-yard box. It's a decent finish from the young central defender. Look how many defenders go with Messi, leave space in the middle. And that could have been Mascherano, couldn't it, if he'd stayed on, getting his first goal for Barcelona. Although we never ever see Mascherano push forward like that. It is something they obviously do teach the young central defenders at Barca. And Piqué always does it. And we see Bartra tonight doing exactly the same.
We're going to see Sergi Roberto for 10 minutes or so. Javi Ross, who went off for Ruben Pardo's introduction.
It's a chance for the youngsters to impress Martino, isn't it? We'll have to use the young players from time to time. They don't have many opportunities yet to impress the new coach. Still early in the season. Bartra at 22 isn't a kid now. Certainly not very experienced. Played some big games last season towards the end of the Champions League campaign against Bayern Munich and such like, but the current state of central defenders is a player that's going to be needed by that man this season.
It's part of the under-21 team that won the European Championships in the summer. Another example of a Spanish player getting plenty of experience in the underage groups, coming through with the national team. This is Ruben Pardo. Pegada. Reche with the layoff again to Pardo. Chests at Piqué. The long ball. Again, it's not a convincing clearance. This is now Sangali. And Seferovic. And Caramuro. Puts it on the left. And he swings it in towards the back post, and the header goes drifting over the top from Agareche. And here's the change. So Messi gets a breather for 10 minutes at the end of this one. We'll see him again at the weekend against Almeria. And all hail Lionel Messi again.
This doesn't often happen, doesn't it? It gets the whole 70,000, 80,000 people to show him exactly what they think of him. And 10 minutes to go. 4-1 is the correct decision.
A bit more playing time for Sergio Roberto. He's 7 minutes against Malaga, 1 minute against Valencia. So a long stint for him. It's his 15th senior appearance for Barca. 21-year-old. What is he? Talented ball-playing midfielder?
Funny you should say that.
Away goes Dani Alves. Fancies a goal. He's got a couple this season. It's really dried up for him before this year. Not skipping off with delight, is he?
No, the camera's obviously looking for a little show of petulance. There was no reaction whatsoever there, though, was there? One way or the other. I know he wants to play every single minute of every single game. He must know himself the reasons why and how important he is to the team.
Alexis and Xavi onto Sergio Roberto. Pedro! Should have been another goal.
There's a player who's in form. And Barcelona turn on the snell. Back heel from Xavi. Half a touch from Sergio Roberto into the path of Pedro. He's done a few minutes and tries to wrap his foot, tries to be really precise there, pick out the top corner. Doesn't accomplish exactly what he was setting out to do.
Yeah, the coach is within his rights, isn't he, to take off Messi in that kind of situation. I know you probably don't get 90 goals in a calendar year by not staying on when you're playing against a beaten team and picking up the odd soft goal. That's essentially what he's done in the past. But I think Tata Martino, I think, would be saying, but last season, at the end of the season, you were injured when we needed you.
I think most players get the ump when they're taken off because they think the manager doesn't like them, hasn't been impressed with their performance. They might not play in the next game, but none of that should enter the mind of Messi, and he knows he is the #1 player in the world. He knows how important he is to Barcelona. Surely he's not insecure enough to think that he's been brought off tonight because he hasn't played well and he might not start in the next game. I don't think there's going to be an issue there. He might not like it, but I think he'll understand and accept it.
And as his career goes on, he will have to accept being rested and get used to the idea that he's got to get a little bit more rest.
He had 80 minutes tonight. He's missed 2 or 3 chances. There was enough time for him tonight to add to his goal tally, if that is so important to him. But I'm just pleased we've got 80 minutes. I'm sure the people, as I said earlier, paid money to come and watch Messi. Not all these people are here every single game. And they get the chance to come to the new camp. I want to see the best players playing. We talked about a player now who gets disappointed when he only gets 1 goal per game. We were joking, weren't we, before that, having not scored at the weekend, we looked to see how far back it was. It was 105 minutes he's drought. Went on number 7 minutes tonight. That is the level of Lionel Messi now, isn't it? We expect him to score every game. He expects to score every game. Only now, he expects to score more than 1 goal per game.
That's it. It's another 73-minute drought now. Given Almeria's defensive record, I can see it coming to an end pretty soon on Saturday. Adriano takes it over. Xavi skipping through the middle, almost able to release Sergio Roberto into the area. And Inigo Martinez just bundled it away from him.
He came on for Lionel Messi and he's playing in a really advanced position. The normal midfield trio is still there, so he's pushed in towards that front 3. Nearly created a chance for Pedro, nearly created a chance for himself there. And everyone there saluting Lionel Messi.
Barcelona swing a corner in towards Piqué. Iniesta dispossessed on the edge of the penalty area. Sangali. Was he cramp? That's cramp, is it? That's really disappointing. Finally got a chance to really run into space there, didn't he, the young man?
I think he's got it in both legs. He doesn't know which leg it's in. He keeps changing from right to left, and as we said earlier, he hasn't played a lot of football. He's went to 86 minutes to get a real chance of having a positive run into space. And hampered by cramp. See him holding his right leg and he held his left leg as well.
Used all 3 subs. It's a picture of pain, isn't it? His face there as he hits the deck. They've loosened him off a little bit.
There's no coming back from cramp in both your legs, that's for sure, I know that.
Just trying to rehydrate him a little bit. I believe they don't know exactly why cramp occurs, but it's to do with dehydration, isn't it, and muscle fatigue. 66% possession from Barcelona. Plenty of short passing, plenty of quick movement. Pedro with the cross into the area to La Liga. Calmly done.
He's crossed into a really good position in the box here. So Alexis Sanchez was far too wide on the opposite side. Should have been inputting La Liga under pressure. That's how Neymar scored the first goal, wasn't it? In that position at the far post, in between the 2 posts of the goal.
Pardo dispossessed. Barca have lost a player as well here. Busquets, but they go on. Some teammates have carried on with him down. Hardly expect Sociedad now to stop. The handball against Iniesta. He dances into the penalty area and gets it back again. Iniesta. A shot hit against Ansategui.
A chance to go through the legs of the big central defender.
Not the first time this season we've seen people making mistakes in those kind of areas against Barcelona. Mario Bravo got away with it. Sangali is hobbling a little bit, but it's more or less okay.
Yeah, okay, as long as he doesn't run.
Seferovic. Looks like they're playing out time, Sociedad. They haven't really given this a go, have they, to get back in? I suppose we briefly thought at 3-1 then it might be a hope.
A 10-15 minute period in the game, wasn't there, where Barcelona just didn't take their foot off the pedal and were coasting, and it became a little bit more even, more competitive, and then they pinched the goal for Real Sociedad. But by and large it's been one-way traffic. Barcelona have been able to do exactly what they want when they want. They just picked up the 4 goals again tonight, keeping their average up.
4 a game at the moment, isn't it?
Very healthy average. We're criticising the defence. Continue scoring 4 goals a game. We're not going to have to worry too much about defending.
Here's Piqué. He's got Pedro if he wants it. He fancies a goal. Bravo denies him, and Sergi Roberto misses the chance.
Pedro forgives Piqué because he's having a laugh to himself about it. And really, Piqué should be just sliding in Pedro here.
Doesn't look once, does he?
No, and it's quite predictable to finish as well. Goalkeeper of Claudio Brava's quality. Exactly what Piqué was trying to do there. He read it quite easily.
2 minutes of added time, nearly up.
Excellent performance from Barcelona, but against easy, meek opposition tonight.
And Alexis Sanchez off the post. Almost wrapped it up in style with the fifth. Stirs up the crowd again at the end. Barcelona have made a perfect start, 6 from 6. It equals their best ever start to a campaign. They've easily seen off Real Sociedad this evening. Sociedad had hit the bar early on. They hit back with Neymar's first goal in La Liga. Messi was on target, Busquets with a rare one. And Marc Bartra wrapped up the scoring. De La Bea's effort was nothing more than a consolation. Alexis Sanchez hit the bar at the end. Sociedad will have to do an awful lot better for the rest of